Eliminating refined sugars from your diet is one of the best things you can do for both your overall health and your body composition. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And you know, when you bring this up, people always say this nonsense of, well, everything in moderation, you shouldn't restrict, you can't be happy. And it's like, there's a point where you go, you're telling me you can't be happy without refined sugar? I mean, think about that for a moment. And I get it. Let's not even get into the whole naturalistic fallacy or appeal to nature. I guess that would be the thing, because you could get all the same taste bud and dopamine hit from an artificial sweetener. Okay. Right? And it's objectively healthier and technically less natural. But realistically, refined sugars are not natural either. Right? They're all made by animals. All of them. Whether it's humans or bees. All right, this isn't natural either, so just stop. All right, now that being said though, again, are people trying to tell me that before we started milling sugarcane, that there were not human beings experiencing extreme levels of happiness and joy? I mean, the absurdity of that statement. I want people to really think that statement through. You're telling me that human beings, our species, didn't experience extreme levels of joy and happiness and fulfillment in life before we started milling sugarcane, or before we started making high fructose corn syrup out of corn. You know what? I think that humans all throughout history, long before this, were able to experience extreme amounts of joy and contentment and fulfillment in their lives without putting this garbage into their body. It's not necessary. It's like the same argument people make with alcohol. Really? You're telling me without putting a depressant poison in your body that you're not capable of experiencing joy and fulfillment? Why don't you just eat some fruit? Like, I'm sorry, but if you want something sweet, why don't you eat an apple or some strawberries? You'll get the same effect. You're like, yeah, but it's not mixed into a cake. Oh, so you need fat with it, so eat some peanut butter with it. Hey, then you'll get the exact same effect. And people forget that. They're like, oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Right? So why are you getting this dopamine hit from the sugar? Because you're combining it with fat. That's the reason. So if you don't desensitize your taste buds because you're not eating it all the time, you'll get the same dopamine hit from a strawberry or an apple. And if you want to hit the fatty taste buds, so it's like when you eat that piece of cake, it's the fat combined with the sweet. That's why you get that dopamine hit. Why don't you put a little peanut butter on your apple? You will literally get the same effect in your brain. All right? And I mean, let's address the other point. Let's address the other point here. No one wants to talk about this. Why do people need food as a drug? Because they don't have any other fulfillment in their lives. They don't have other fulfillment in their lives. They don't have meaningful relationships because they don't meet people. They socially isolate. Okay? They socially isolate. And to some extent, certain aspects of the internet hasn't helped with that. They don't develop meaningful relationships. They don't develop meaningful skills, art, music. They don't focus on their business. And here's what I would say. You know, if you want fulfillment in your life, work out. Lift weights, exercise, get some sunshine. Number one, that will handle that aspect. Find some sort of creative outlet, art and music. Right? Find something in there, some type of art, some type of music. Even if you don't create, you should create. Then immerse yourself in it. Okay? Develop some meaningful skill, but that could fall back into those. And go develop real relationships. You do those things, you won't need these drugs. You won't need alcohol. You won't need the cake. You won't need these things if you Get those other things that create value and meaning in your life. There's your solution. You don't need table sugar. I'm sorry, but anyone who tells me, if you tell me that you either need alcohol or table sugar, refined sugars, to be happy, you need to go talk to a therapist at that point. You're mentally ill. Sorry, you have a mental illness that needs to be treated at that point. That's my opinion. Go talk to a therapist. You have some sort of clinical depression that needs help. Or you're not doing these other things that provide value and meaning and joy in your life. All right. Now, that being said, cutting refined sugars out. Only benefit. Why? Think about the effect on the liver. Okay? And I know we'll say, yeah, but in trace amounts. Okay, but how many of you are only eating trace amounts? And why do you need them at all? I mean, we could make the case on this one. Alcohol, you can't make a case for moderation. Proven poison, causes cancer even at half a drink a week. Documented in the lab. Absolutely. Creates cancer and other things at a dramatically higher rate. Now, you can make a case for moderation of refined sugars because our body can handle a small amount before it reaches the liver. Okay, but you don't know what that amount is because there's genetics involved. Keeping in mind, it's also the total fructose load, alcohol load, all that, right? There's no benefit to it. It's purely empty calories. So if you really wanted something sweet, you should probably be getting something that has some antioxidants. Like even if it's a case of the calories, people say, well, I burn 4,000 calories a day. Okay. But aren't there healthier calories? If your energy output's that high, don't you think you need something with more antioxidants or whatever for those same sugar calories? Why don't you eat a strawberry? Shoot some watermelon. Like if you really feel that you need it for the energy output, why aren't you consuming foods that have other nutrients that will facilitate your recovery as an athlete? And if you're not burning 4,000 calories a day, 5,000 calories a day, which I do, by the way, I burn 4,000 a day, right? If you're not doing that, you don't have that sort of a BS excuse. Well, I need that many calories. No, I go add some healthy fats at that point. Okay? Done. Complete nonsense argument. It serves no benefit to you to consume this garbage. None. And there's only detriment when it goes into excess. And there are better foods for the same calories that will help you with your goals. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.